And breaking down when there's nothing else. Somehow, over 14 months, these images have become genres, possible to categorize as the reality repeats itself. More lifeless babies pulled out from the rubble, more children waking up to a world in which they have been orphaned, recognizing no one. More children running after their bleeding parents or hugging their graves. More mothers and fathers wailing over the bodies of their children. More aid trucks joyously held back. More hospitals evacuated or bombed. More schools used as shelters turned into the sites of massacres. More bodies burning alive. More body parts thrown into black bags and then weighed to approximate a human being. How can it be that after 14 months we are still here? As I stand here, I am reminded of the words of my friend Saleh Abdel Fattah, who I'm sure many of you will have been following, is unjustly held in prison in Egypt. A British Egyptian citizen, his mother now on 62 days of hunger strike, yet again being failed by our government. These are words from his book, You Have Not Yet Been Defeated.
Today, I've been given a message from Dr. Hussam Abu Sitia, the director of Kamal Adwan Hospital in northern Gaza. He was working in his hospital, and he has been all the way through the horrors of this conflict. Was seized by the Israeli forces, taken into Israel, tortured and beaten in the prison, and then thrown out of prison, and came back to his hospital. As he re-entered the hospital, the Israeli Defense Force came in with him and smashed equipment as he walked through his own hospital, smashed life-saving equipment and did as much damage as they possibly could. He was then ready to start work again in his work for the people of Gaza. And then his son was killed, and they buried his son in the land just alongside the hospital. His daughters were very, very badly injured. And he is now still there, doing all he can to provide medical aid for the people of northern Gaza, who are, according to the UN, and I believe them, in famine-like conditions as they continue to be bombarded as the Israeli forces attempt to drive them out of northern Gaza into southern Gaza, and then I believe across the border into Egypt, remove the entire population and set up a new Gaza Strip in the Sinai Desert. Dr. Hussam has asked that this message be read out, and I've been given it today by Palestinian medics working in the health service in Britain and doing all they can to support their colleagues in Palestine. So can we just have a round of applause for all the Palestinian medics? And all the work they do in the most impossible circumstances one can ever...